So now that we've removed all the glass from the vehicle, now we're going to start talking about creating purchase points so we can do extrication into the patient compartment. So in order to create a purchase point on this front panel, we don't have enough damage so that we don't have anywhere to get our tool in. We're going to actually create a pinch point, and we're going to come with our spreaders and we're going to create a purchase point. So by pinching this front fender, we've created enough of a gap. This way when we start to work on removing this door, we've actually got access to the hinges. As we go in there, we can actually see the bolts to the hinges. Just in case our tool is to fail, we can actually attack this vehicle with hand tools as well and get the bolts off. So now that we've created a purchase point here, we're going to take our spreaders as well, and we're going to compress the door panel and also create more of a purchase point here on the side. So let's go ahead and vertically insert our spreader. By vertically crushing it, or by crushing the door panel, we've created a little bit of a purchase panel or purchase point where we can insert our halogen to actually spread that up. So now we can take our halogen, we can insert it, and we can go ahead and create more of a purchase point just by opening up that metal. So now as we come further back, we want to continue to create purchase points. We can do a vertical crush. When doing a vertical crush, we want our spreaders to be spread as wide as they can. Go ahead and grab the tip and the bottom of the tool and spread that door as much as you can, creating ultimately a gap on either side of the hinge and the latch. Make sure that we grab the door frame with the tip of our tools. That's where it's going to have the greatest amount of strength. Now by doing a vertical crush, we've created a nice gap on both the hinge and the hinge and the latch side. Now we've got the access in order to get our tool if we need to remove this door. One thing to remember is when we're working with our tools are either in the open or closed position. So cutter should be open, ready to go. Spreader should be closed at all times. This way they're ready to spread. The other thing working with the tools is if we end up having to go down the ground, we always maintain only one knee on the ground. Just in case something was to happen, we have the ability to back away. So never put both feet or both knees down on the ground. So now that we've taken all the glass, we're in a position where we could start to, and we've created the purchase points, we could start to defeat this door to get into the patient compartment. First thing we want to do is make sure that we peek and peel, removing all plastic and looking for seatbelt pretensioners and airbag canisters as well. In this demonstration, we're going to go ahead and pop this door utilizing the hinge technique, and we're going to ultimately place our tool off the door and off of the A-post. Go ahead in the spreading motion, we're going to start to create a gap, defeating that hinge, and ultimately, if we need to, once we've exposed, we'll get to the hinges, we'll be able to pop or cut them depending on the technique required. The one thing that we do need to be mindful of is delamination of the door. This way we don't lose structural integrity as far as what we're pushing against. So now that we started to vertically crush that door, we've created more of a gap and exposed our hinges. Now we can put our tool in between the A-post and that door and defeat one hinge at a time. We always want to make sure that we are spreading in a downward motion. This way we're defeating the design of the hinge and its strength by pulling it against itself. Now that we have a good purchase point on the vehicle, we are now able to spread that hinge apart. Now that we spread our tool to its max capability, we just now to replace the tool. Stop. So as we started, now we pushed our door down where it's begin to delaminate. Now we just need to reposition our tool so we're actually pushing it out and not necessarily on our step chop. Now we've gotten both hinges to defeat. We just come in with our cutters and we will cut the remaining wire loom. And we've now gained access into the driver's compartment via using hinge removal. So we demonstrated hinge removal on the driver's side door. Now we're going to demonstrate removing a door via the nadir and the handle or the latch side. When we're attempting to remove a door in this manner, we want to remember that we always apply the tool in a 45-degree downward motion where we're pulling the door down and out away from the vehicle. This defeats the strength of the vehicle and the reinforcement bars and how the nadir is designed to work, as opposed to going horizontally trying to defeat that door. We always want to get into our purchase point and defeat it in a downward 45-degree motion. Now that we've removed the door via the latch and nadir side, we can come in with our cutters and we can cut both those hinges and remove this door completely. Remember that when we're utilizing our tools, cutters are closed or cutters are open and spreaders are closed. This way that they're always in the position where they're most optimal. So if we come in on this side, now we have the ability to cut our hinge. Always remember to have somebody maintain door control. This way, once the door is cut, we can remove it from the debris field so that we can freely operate here without having a tripping hazard.